Shalom, shalom. Welcome to Pushing the Standard. Well, I'm going to help you push the standard. You did.
What's up, y'all? This is the Deuteronomy series. We are at Deuteronomy 16, part 2, where we review the holy days. There were 2 left in this section, which was the Passover. Not the Passover, the Feast of Weeks and the Feast of Tabernacles, better known as the barley
and
Sukkot.
Peace.
Right. So my husband is going to...
Verse 9. It said, count 7 weeks for yourself. Begin to count 7 weeks from the time you're being to put the sickle to the grain. You begin. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Let me say that again. Count 7 weeks for yourself. Begin to count 7 weeks for the time you begin to put the sickle to the grain. Verse 10, and you shall perform the festival of Tabernacles to Yahuah your Elohim, according to the voluntary offering from your hand, which you give as Yahuah your Elohim blesses you. And you shall rejoice before Yahuah your Elohim, you and your sons and your daughters and your male servants and your female servants and your Levites, who is within your gates, and the stranger and the fatherless and the widow who is in your midst, at that place where Yahuah your Elohim chooses to make his name dwell. And you shall remember that you were a slave in Mizraim, meaning Egypt, and you shall guard and do these laws, or Torah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one says, be careful to observe these statutes. So those words are used interchangeably.
Mm-hmm. And he said, it's a joyous thing. He said, rejoice before you will. This is not like we got to do these feasts.
Yeah, no. Feast
we gotta go out.
It's a festival. It's always supposed to be filled with joy.
About to rejoice that the father had with his son when he came back from the pigsty. He said, "Go get the best. Go get the best cow.
The robe.
Yes, turn up. Let's eat good. Put some music on. Mm-hmm. Yes, celebrate. That's the type of celebration that is. Because a lot of people think that sacrifice thing is like, he sacrificed. No, that animal's finna be sacrificed for our nourishment. We finna enjoy this good food, and we finna eat good. So they go out and slaughter the cow.
All right. So yeah, Feast of Week. We have another video, right? Do we have another video talking about it?
The Feast of Weeks?
Yeah.
No.
Not like long or lengthy.
What do we do? That's enough.
I think because that's still a one that we're still learning too. As far as the extent,
we have to cook and go out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But also, yeah.
Hey, we did first fruit too.
So they're like very similar, at least from what I can remember. But again, y'all.
Yeah, because back in the day, how we did it was we took the representative of a Levite or a preacher in a sense, and we had got all the stuff that's needed for the barley feast, and we gave it to him as in a tithe. We did that in the past.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
I barely remember.
And we did that at least 3 years of us keeping this feast. That's how we was doing it. But then when we're no longer a part of that particular organization, he had us food and go out and give it to a homeless person, and that was a tithe unto Yahuah. That's how we ended up doing that, and
And then the Feast of Tabernacles, y'all already know. We always talk about the Feast of Tabernacles. Sukkot,
Sukkot was fun. I'm excited about Sukkot.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, the more we learn these feasts, like again, yes, we have been doing them to the best of our knowledge for at least over 5 years, I would say.
18.
Okay, so over 5 years, However, because we understand more so now how important they are to Yahuah, I feel like we have humbled ourselves even more to really seek him. Like, how do you want this done? And not just saying, oh, we celebrated it and just do it our own way, if that makes sense.
Right, because there's a lot of things that's not in place like how it was. Like one, there's no tabernacle right now that's up where actual Levites that's blood descent from Aaron's two sons. I haven't seen anybody professing that anything like that, so it's not like we can just go and do that. So I asked them, I said, I want to celebrate you. I want to do what you has for us to do. I know it's not strictly like how it is in scripture, but how can we do this for you and right now? And that's what he gave me to do.
And I think that's like the most important part. That's why every time we're on here, we're sharing.
That's enough.
Or teaching anything regarding this, I will always say, go and seek Yahuah. Because if Yahuah is not telling us to go find a Luai, go to a temple, then who are we to force a thing to be in a way that Yahuah is not requiring us to do it that way, right? So in everything, seek Yahuah and his guidance on what it should look like for you and your family, and walk in it, and just know that as you continue to learn and you seek Yahuah for like more insight or more illumination of those feasts and things, it makes it even more enjoyable when you know, like, oh, okay, this is not a bad thing. This is not a burdensome thing. Like, it's a whole lot of celebration going on.
Y'all wonder why we like cookouts. Mm-hmm. And we like to put on old school jams and do these big elaborate Sunday feasts and all that. Mm-hmm. It's because that was part of the culture. On Shabbat, they turned up on new moons. They did feasts. Mm-hmm. Did like a festival. On these feasts on these 7 feasts, including 9, including the other 2 that our people decide to do and as a memorial thing. No, they always ate. They had gifts. They ate. They had music going 7 days, 8 days. I know one of the joints last like 2 weeks one time. It was like there's a lot of stuff that they do.
Oh yeah, was it? I think it was Prophet Josiah. In the time of Josiah, it actually said that was the livest, the biggest feast that they did it 2 weeks, that back to back. Like, even though that's not even required, but they were just like, let's extend this joint. Like, we having a good time. I'm looking forward to those days.
And there's a lot of people that's out there still out like my in-law, like my pop-in-law. He'll throw down and grill in a minute. And he'll have a good time. He'll be dancing, cracking jokes, parlaying. And that's something that we have always been accustomed to, so I believe if we put it in the right lens, we can also enjoy these holidays, because these are actually holy days. It's not like the pagan stuff. These are actually holy days
that are accepted by Yah as honorable.
And and enjoy it. Put on you some praise music, you know what I'm saying, and have a good time. Or you put on some karaoke.
I was gonna say freestyle.
Yeah, and have a good time. Yeah. And then eat good. We always eat good. I be throwing down. Okay, so we're going into Feast of Sukkot. Check out in our feast playlist. You know what I'm saying? They should have some videos about the feast that we have done, that we have recorded. Check it out. And there's also one that we had did last year about. You can also use that as a reference too. And I'm gonna make sure I'm trying to post a video of the preparation that we did for that, so y'all can kind of get a heads up on what we was looking at, why we was looking, how we was looking, why we was trying to be clean, and that aspect. So, but let me go here. All right, verse 11. And you shall rejoice before Yahuah your Elohim. Oh, I'm sorry.
Why are you reading it
Verse
like
12.
that?
Verse 12, my bad. And I'm trying to project it, because I find myself mumbled in a little bit. I'll start to mumble and read it like that. So I'm trying to project it so it can be heard. And you shall rejoice. And you shall remember that you were a slave, and that you were a slave in Mizraim. And you shall guard and do these laws or statutes or Torah. All right. Perform the feast of Sukkot for 7 days after the gathering from your threshing floor and from your wine press. And you shall rejoice in your festival, you and your sons, your daughter, and your male servant, your female servant, and the Levites, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow who are within your gates. For 7 days you shall celebrate to Yahuah your Elohim in the place where Yahuah chooses, because Yahuah your Elohim because Yahuah your Elohim does bless you in all your increase and in all the work of your hands, and you shall be only rejoicing. Three times a year, all your males appear before Yahuah your Elohim from the places he chooses at the feast of Matzot, and the feast of Shabbahut, and the feast of Sukkot.
Matzot. Okay. Right.
And none should appear before Yahuah empty-handed, but each one with the gifts of his hands, according to the blessings of Yahuah your Elohim, which he has given you. Mm-hmm. Appoint judges and officers.
That's a separate video. Okay. Yeah. So,
okay. That's justice.
So this was something that we learned this year as well, with the Feast of Sukkot, was the gift offering. We didn't do that this year. Like, I don't think we did it the other years either, but it was, again, revealed. The more you do it, the more you study, you like, oh, okay, let's add this part. So the gift, I don't know what that will look like. Again, these are the 3 feasts that is specifically says to seek Yahuah on where he wants you to keep these particular feasts. The Passover, Feast of Weeks, and the Feast of Tabernacles. So those specifically, like I said, you have to seek him on where he wants you to keep it. It's not just like a casual, like, okay, we just
put it on the counter,
turn up at our house or whatever,
I don't know what.
So yeah, those are the specific ones, as I was stating, that you specifically seek Yahuah on where he wants you to keep them and how he wants you to keep them. I'm really looking forward to the time he like, all right, y'all can actually go to Israel now.
That's gonna be awesome.
I think he making us ready because we've been learning the language, although they got Yiddish and all that, but
yeah,
that's another.
We'll have to first of all, we learn the language. Second of all, we'll go back and then we'll teach the proper way to speak it. But right now, it's learning how to even talk to a man and a woman. like what I say to do, what I say to a chick, what the chick say to do, and what they say to each other. So I'm learning that, and then the sayings and stuff like that. So I know the dialect in itself because I'm also learning when the other vowels were inserted. BC of the I, E, BCs, and the W was 1500s, and the O and all these other ones, the V, all those like 1500s BC. So it's like
Yahuwah's grace has been helping us to learn it pretty quickly, though.
Yeah.
Especially with our children. I mean, it's really dope.
And it's cool hearing them talk to me, and I'm like, ma.
He's playing catch up.
Oh my, because they was on a crash course before we started really dialing in and trying to use it around the house. Mm-hmm. And I actually enjoyed that. Although this was something my wife wanted to do way back when she first got it when we was in LA.
I was learning it so fast, but I didn't have anybody else.
And she was like, "Come on, baby, do that." I'm like, I'm not really, into it right now, And
then I was like, I don't know. I just lost the joy behind it because I was learning it so fast, but it was like, there's nobody here for me to like practice it with. So what's the point?
And then it came back around.
Yep, it came back around.
And I got a whole book, like how you supposed to pronounce it and stuff. So, definitely, I think it's gonna be dope. Again, check out that video. How we kept the Feast of Sukkot in 2025. Mm-hmm. Check out that video. It's a dope video. It's basically an overview, but check it out. So I encourage everybody to do that. And enjoy it. Why? This is why I'm encouraging. Because you asked me why, right? Okay. So this is why we should, right? Because when Yahuwah should come and he rule around on the earth, this is what we're going to be doing. We shouldn't have to wait till he appear and crack that sky again for us to start doing this. And all out honesty, the ones who are doing the commands and feasts and following the rules of Torah right now, they the ones that's gonna be safe kept. You know what I'm saying? But the ones who bump against the grain and very lukewarm and barely doing this, they're the ones gonna be the folks that's gonna be tried for real, for real. So I want y'all to keep this in mind when y'all doing it, because when he say this is a shadow for Yahushua to come, although he already came, he's going to come back. This is an open sign for everybody, because people ask you, why y'all doing this? Then you can tell them this is the remembrance we're trying to until Yahuwah send Yahushua. This is what we're doing, and they're like, oh, okay, and it's supposed to be a joyful thing. People have used Christmas to go over to Sukkot. Like the things that they do. I was driving down the street, and Yahuwah was like, this is what they got. This is what they took from Sukkot. The celebratory, the lights and stuff on the house. That's all Sukkot. So they just kind of blended how you do that. But they also do some pagan things too. That was all that is pagan ritual at this point. But going in the tree and stuff, you don't do that with Sukkot. But you have a feast. But you have an 8-day feast with Sukkot. But it's not the same on that day, because it's just a 1-day feast thing. But he said there's a lot of similarities, but this is how they blended and synchronized and hypnotize
so everybody
the people.
can get along.
Right, and hypnotize the people. So if you're doing Sukkot, do it. You know what I'm saying? Have a ball. You know what I'm saying? Have a blast doing it. Eat good, laugh, create memories. Love on one another. You know what I'm saying? Decorate your Sukkot. You know what I'm saying? Make it a fun a fun environment. We got children. We hit the bounce house and stuff. Like, make it fun.
And y'all, I think, again, I'm gonna say this again. Like, it's not a self-willed thing. Like, we are following Yahuwah. You should follow Yahuwah, what Yahuwah is telling you to do. The ideas and stuff that I can't take credit for, Yahuwah was showing me what to do. And I was like, oh, that will be live, Yahuwah. And he blessed me to get the bounce house and all these things to make it elaborate and fun.
And memorable.
So, again, we still talk about Sukkot. Like, and not just that, but like I said, even this, well, I can say last year now, because we're in a whole new year, it was the first time in, like, truly walking in the renewed covenant as far as the command. And even Passover was different this year for me.
Everything was
last year it was different for me. Like, I remember just sitting at the table, and there's moments where you kind of go with the flow, like, okay, I already know what to do. I know, to cook this, prepare. We listen to the music. We having a good time.
We got the smells going.
Yeah, and this time was different. I sat down, and it was like His glory was hovering there, and I couldn't even eat my food. I started to eat the food. I had to literally just sit the bread down and get on my knees and just worship Him and just thank Him, because it was like, again, when He illuminates something within you, it hit different. And it was just like, wow, Yahuwah, like, this is why you want us to,
we had
like,
communion going. We had a mindset to really think about what He has already prepared for us to really enjoy.
Like, you sent your son. Like, it just, I don't know, it just hit different. It hit different. A lot of things hit different when you start walking in the commandments and you really, really understand the motive and the morals and principles behind certain things that He asks us to do, or how to be. It's just like, it was like, wow, thank you. Hallelujah. So yeah, this video was not supposed to be this long, but I do hope you get something out of it. If you're unfamiliar with the feast, that's a good study. Again, when you study, seek Yahuwah. Ask Him before you read, actually. All right, Yahuah, I don't know what this all about. I'm a little opposed to it. Be honest with him, whatever that is, and help me to understand it. Help me to see it the way I supposed to see it. And help me to grasp what it is you want me to know concerning the feast in your word or whatever you're reading. Always pray before you read, because he is the one. He is the one who translates his own word. You don't need no hermeneutics, because they don't believe in the Holy Spirit. That's not real. Don't let nobody tell you, hermeneutics, you interpret it, and then you interpret it, and you translate it, and you flip it over, reverse it.
Yeah, they believe in Hermes giving you the message. That's a fallen angel.
Mm-hmm. We don't need none of that. You need Yahuah and his spirit, the one who, the originator.
Yeah, created all things.
Okay.
All right, so this is, before I let you all go, but this is the reason that the circumcision is important. Because Yahuah says, so you get circumcised, that's a sign to let me know that I am that you are my people and I'm your Elohim, right? But then you also can indulge in these feasts. That was a part of it. Just like how he was almost killed Moses for not being circumcised. But it's important, you know what I'm saying? So if people are telling you don't have to get circumcised anymore, that's a lie. For you to participate in the feast, you have to be circumcised according to the rules and regulations of Yahuah. It's not circumcised of the heart. It's the foreskin of the male, the male genital.
Both of them, really. He's looking for.
Yeah, although he's looking for both of them, but I'm saying that it's the outer, for that particular one, he's talking about the outer display, because he said this is a sign to let me know that we are in covenant, that we are connected. Not for salvation, but hear what I'm saying.
Yeah. Is
that we're in partnership with one another. So it's a sign to me and you, and it's also a sign to everybody else that we are together. So that's the importance of circumcision. It's not to bash people who doing it, and people who haven't done it, you still can go get circumcised. Just it's gonna take you time to be healed, and you gotta endure that process. But if you are uncircumcised and you're trying to do this feast, do not do that, because that's a very, very dangerous thing.
Yeah, tell him the rebuke you got, or what Yahuah told you. Actually, what he told you when we invited somebody who wasn't circumcised.
I forget.
Oh, you forgot it.
Yeah, what you said?
Huh?
Say it.
No, you said a specific thing.
About circumcision.
Yeah.
But say it. Because evidently you remember.
I don't remember verbatim.
Just say it.
Okay.
Like, what was he doing?
I don't remember. You the one. I thought you would remember. He said it to you, but
no.
So yeah.
I just usually to make sure that happens. People die
because we've been, like I said, we've been keeping the feast, and we usually invite certain individuals that we know who are open to it, whatever. And there's been people we invited just so they can learn. Like,
yeah,
hey,
and you gotta have fun, right?
But there was a particular individual who was a part of it that wasn't circumcised. Now, we didn't know that it was serious about being circumcised. Now we were just thinking like, okay, that was a then thing. And Yahuah told him, don't do that again. You remember now?
No.
Wow.
I do remember him saying don't do it again though.
Yeah, he was like, don't do that again. Like
it was a serious tone. Mm-hmm. It was like I gave you grace this time, but you know better now.
Yeah. It was like, don't do that again. And again, it's only pertaining to the feast, I believe. Feast, because it's considered a holy convocation.
Holy moment with you.
And Yahuah is very serious about what he considers clean and unclean. You know,
because he wants his presence there. Because if it's unclean, it's gonna get snatched up.
Yeah, so he was very stern based on what Baby had told me.
Very
he was like,
stern.
oh, okay,
yeah,
like we didn't know.
I haven't invited him since.
Yeah. Hey.
Because I don't want that smoke.
Yeah, I don't want that smoke for him.
Because people have died. People have died for that.
If it was from to kill Moses, mind you, he just had gave Moses instruction. All right, go here. I'm gonna use you over here. But he didn't forget what he told him. He told him, make sure you circumcise. I think it was his son.
Yep.
Yeah. He's supposed to be circumcising his son. And they was on the way and said, you was going to take him, if it wasn't for his wife, reaching and cutting off their foreskin, he would have been dead on the way to
go do what you told him to do. To go deliver his people.
Oh, good.
So if he wasn't finna spare
his friend.
Moshe, He surely ain't gonna spare me.
So yeah, I mean, again, Yahuah gives grace because he knows we're learning. But when he tells you something, yes, when he tells you something, he's holding you accountable. When y'all hear these messages, you are now being held accountable, whether you believe it or not. So it's better for you to unfollow us. Don't just watch. To keep up with the Austin, you being held accountable now. Okay, this is serious. It's fun. It's love, laugh, game, all that. But Yahuah is for real. So
he does make a strong distinction because it's even point. So these are things that you don't cook on Sukkot. You not cook anything unclean according to the dietary law. No pig, no shellfish, no fish without scales, and no and anything else, no camel, none of that. Like you have to really, I'm saying this for a reason. You have to really be intentional about the instructions when you're doing these feasts, because he said he gave you things to eat. So if you are trying to fit catfish in because you want some fried fish, it might not be good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Don't keep it. Just don't even. You'll be better not even keeping the feast.
Right. If you trying to
just do your cookout,
them rib tip pork rib tips, I'm like it may get bad. You know, like you may not drop right then, but then you know what I'm saying, you may have like a cancer thing hit you later on, or your family's losing their money. It's something that he's going to do or allow it to happen because you was disobedient in that regard. So I would rather you either not do it or be very intentional and take your time to build that relationship with Yahuah and do that. Well, all right.
That's really it. I do want to say this too before we get off, because I think we're behind maybe 1 or 2 videos. Okay, so I think we're behind like 2 videos. It's a lot been going on, y'all. We're gonna make another video just kind of, updates.
Yeah, come out to my restoration.
Yeah, don't get me started. I've been let my. Think she get down like that? She's so dainty.
Yeah, she shot me a lot because she's very beautiful. I don't be expecting her personality to be like as down to earth as it is. It be blowing my mind, my wits. But anyways, if you're keeping the commands of Yahuah and you're doing all of them, you're gonna be great in the kingdom. If you're teaching people, you know what I'm saying, and you keeping just a little bit and teaching people to do the same, you're gonna be least in the kingdom. If you believe only and not following the commands of Yah, you're not gonna inherit the kingdom. But the only way you inherit it if you keep the commands of Yahuah, believe in Yahushua that he's the son of the living Elohim, and you'll be blessed. Shalom, shalom.
All right.
Yalla bye.
That's it. I don't know what that is. The head to ult.
Head to ult.